Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into some crucial tips for all you automatic car drivers out there. We're going to be talking about common mistakes people make with automatic transmissions, mistakes that can lead to some pretty serious damage and even safety hazards. Stick around because we're going to break down these mistakes and I'm going to give you some essential advice on how to keep your car running smoothly. You should never ever shift your car into park while you're still rolling. I know it sounds obvious, but you'd be surprised how many people accidentally do this. It's really easy to bump the shifter when you're driving, especially if you're reaching for something. But here's the thing, shifting into park while in motion can absolutely destroy your transmission. There's a little piece inside called a parking pawl, and it's designed to lock your transmission when you're parked. But if you shift into park while you're still moving, that parking pawl is going to slam into your transmission with a ton of force. Not only can this lead to a hefty repair bill, but it's also incredibly dangerous. You could lose control of your car, and that's a situation nobody wants to be in. So please, do yourself a favor and be super careful with that shifter. Okay, let's talk about coasting in neutral. I know it might seem tempting to just slip your car into neutral when you're going downhill or coming to a stop, to try and save a little fuel. But here's the deal. Modern automatic transmissions are designed to use fuel efficiently, even when you're not giving it gas. When you shift into neutral, you're actually reducing your control over the vehicle because you're no longer using the engine to help slow you down. Plus, coasting in neutral can put unnecessary wear and tear on your transmission over time. It's just not worth it. Chapter 3. Don't launch your car. Launching your car. You know what I'm talking about. Revving up the engine while you're stopped, and then slamming your foot on the gas to take off like a rocket. Yeah, it might seem cool in the movies, but trust me, your car hates it. Launching your car puts a massive amount of stress on your transmission, your engine, your axles, basically everything involved in getting your car moving. All that force has to go somewhere, and unfortunately, it often leads to premature wear and tear, and in some cases, even catastrophic failure. So, unless you're trying to win a drag race, just take it easy on the gas pedal when you're starting off. Your car will thank you in the long run. Chapter 4. Don't keep the gas tank low. I know, gas is expensive these days, but running your car on fumes is a really bad idea. First of all, you run the risk of getting stranded, and I'm not just talking about being late for work. I'm talking about being stuck on the side of a busy highway or in the middle of nowhere with no cell service. But more importantly, running your car on empty can damage your fuel pump. Your fuel pump needs to stay submerged in gasoline to stay cool and lubricated. If you're constantly running on empty, your fuel pump is going to overheat and potentially fail, and that's not a cheap fix. So, do yourself a favor and keep at least a quarter tank of gas in your car at all times. Chapter 5. Don't ignore the parking brake. Okay, this last one might seem a little old school, but it's still important, especially for automatic transmissions. Always use your parking brake, even on flat surfaces. Here's why. When you shift into park, that little parking pawl I mentioned earlier is what's holding your car in place. But that pal is under a lot of stress, especially if you're parked on a hill. Engaging your parking brake takes the strain off your transmission. It's a simple habit that can save you a lot of trouble in the long run. So, get into the habit of using that parking brake every single time you park. Thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more car tips and tricks. Drive safe.